Dear students, today we take up chemical bonding as our topic. As you all know that what is a chemical bond? A chemical bond is an attractive force which holds two species together. The two species can be atoms, they can be ions, they can be molecules. They can be molecule and ion or atom and ion or atom and molecule. Now broadly, depending upon the nature of the force, we can classify chemical bond into four types: ionic or electrovalent, covalent, coordinate covalent, or dative bond or co-ionic bond, and weak van der Waals force. Now today we take up electrovalent bond as our example. Now I have given certain points about electrovalent bond, or it's how it is being formed and its nature, and I have cited some examples. Now in electrovalent bond, there is a transfer of electron from metal to the non-metal. Let us take an example. Say sodium and chlorine. This is the electronic configuration. You can see that sodium has one valence electron. It is transferring its valence electron to chlorine. So thereby sodium develops a positive charge and chlorine develops a negative charge. So what is this? This is a electrostatic force which holds the two species together. Here I have said that no true bond exists between the ions. So when we write NaCl, remember students, we don't write Na-Cl, we write NaCl. So there is a transfer from metal to the non-metal. So the metal which is transferring the electron should have low ionization energy so that it is easy to transfer, and the non-metal should have high electron affinity. So the metal after transferring has a high charge density, positive charge density. Smaller the size of the cation, more is the intensity or strength of the bond. So it is mere a strong electrostatic force of attraction which holds the two species together. Now these are certain properties which I have mentioned. Ionic bonds, because they have a plus and minus, so they develop a dipole, a plus pole and a minus pole. So it is soluble in water. Na plus will be attracted to the OH minus of water, and Cl minus will be attracted to the H plus. And they are having high melting point because they are held by electrostatic force, so they exist in the form of lattice. So these points, so they have a high melting point, they exist in the form of lattice, which is a 3D structure. Now we have taken another example like magnesium oxide. Here also magnesium, it is in group 2 and oxygen is in group 16. So 282 is the electronic configuration. This is 2.6. So it is transferring both the electrons. After transferring, it is achieving octet. Here also the same thing, and oxygen, by gaining 2 electrons, it is becoming doubly negative. It is also achieving octet. So we are getting MgO. Let us take another example, calcium chloride. Calcium has 2 electrons, 2882. So in its last shell, it has 2 electrons. It is in group 2. It is, it is known as alkaline earth metal. So it is transferring each electron to each chlorine atom. Thereby chlorine develops a negative charge, and so there is a weak electrostatic force between them. And so we can write Ca2 plus and 2Cl minus or CaCl2. So as a homework, I can give you some more examples to do. You can do on your own for practice. You can do Na3P, you can do Al2O3, you can do MgCl2. Okay, and so these examples you can practice. Also you can do K2O, you can do NaBr. So these are certain examples. So you notice one thing, that in case of ionic bond, the metal ion is in either in group 1 or group 2 or in group 13. Like sodium, it is in group 1, magnesium, it is in group 2, aluminium, it is in group 13. So generally the metal is specifically a group 1, 2 or 13 element, and non-metal is generally group 15 or 16 or 17 members. So this is all about our electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Thank you.